and be a part of cross country. So we've got one link here up for the coaching staff for cross country nationals. So this is the staff looking to, or for coaches looking to be part of the staff for cross country nationals. We've got a few spots available. So if you're interested, please send that form into Angela or myself. And then later this week, we'll be having the athlete declaration as well open up. So for all athletes that are looking to declare their interest, this is not a, I am definitely going to compete. Obviously, we have provincial championships to come before we decide and select the national team. But for those athletes and coaches that have athletes that are looking at making national cross country in November, please make sure you fill in that form and send that again to myself or to Sahid. And that's all for me. I'll pass it on to Angela for this. Oh, any questions on the two things that I've mentioned so far? Anything from anyone? Okay, great. I'll pass it over to Angela. You can talk about the Jump Summit. Thank you all.
Brandon.
Sorry, Symposium. Yes, Brian.
Just quickly, is that form on Tracky that you were mentioning?
Yes, both. Oh, sorry, for which one?
For the, I guess, qualifying for the cross-country team.
It will be on, so for the athletes declaration, it will be on track, correct? Yes.
Okay, great, thanks.
No worries. Over to you, Angela.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, everybody. So good to see you all on this Wednesday. Just continuing on, so we have our Jump Symposium that's going to be taking place December 9th through the 11th. I'm not too sure if Sahid was able to drop the, there it is. Our registration has gone live for that. So again, we have plenty of time. We're hoping that people can take a look at their schedules and join us. The University of Toronto will be hosting in conjunction with Athletics Ontario. We have a fantastic weekend. So we have 2 presentations on the Friday night, a full day of presentations, but also practical application on the track. So we'll actually get onto the track. And then Sunday, another presentation and practical application. We have great presenters. Jeremy Fisher is going to be coming in from the Olympic Training Center down in Chula Vista. And we also have Olympic gold medalist Tim Mack, who will be coming up and doing our pole vault practical presentation on the Sunday. We also have some great speakers from the University of Toronto in their kinese and physical education department, who will be talking about and helping our jumps coaches understand some of the elements of planning a practice and things like that. So same thing as the Throws Summit. We're hoping to help anybody, whether it's a jumps coach or perhaps a parent that's helping out with a school. This is open to any and everybody who is interested in the jumps, even if you're just getting into it. I also invite sprint coaches who might have a sprinter that would be really, really good, perhaps in the horizontal jump. So we will be sending out more communication as the weeks go on, but registration is now live, and we're going to start our communication, sending out that communication through our channels. So we're really looking forward to putting that on. It's going to be a fantastic weekend to kind of build off of what's happening with the Throw Summit. Any questions from anyone on that? Sounds good. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks, Angela. Sahid, anything on coaching?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Just one update, a bit of a save a date. I'm working with Vicky Crowley out in London right now. And we're looking to host some in-person club coach courses on the weekend of December 17th, 18th. So we'll have some more information on that coming up in our newsletter. So just wanted to mention that to the folks on here and to pass that on to some of their coaches within their clubs that's coming up in December. And that's the only reminder for today, Paul.
Thanks, Sahid. Any questions for Sahid on coaching? No. Okay, wonderful. Cheryl, what's going on our roads and trails?
I think most relevant over the next 2 weeks will be leading up to our Trillium Running Festival we have going on up at Trail Hub, just close to Uxbridge. The whole idea with this was to bring everybody together, the athletes, coaches, officials, anybody who wants to be involved. All levels are welcome. All proceeds are going towards the there's a charity affiliated with the tornado that happened up in Uxbridge. And we are now breaking even financially on that. So any kind of proceeds is going towards that. It's going to be a fun day. We have lots of prizes to give out, free entries for Run Ottawa, for Canada Running Series. And all levels are welcome. So walkers, runners, anybody. So it's a trail, about a 4-ish kilometer loop. And it's come join. Other than that, we had a really successful weekend last weekend at the TCS Toronto Waterfront Marathon, 20,000 participants. It felt back like the old days. It was a fantastic event. And we had Harvey Mitro at the expo as well, selling his book that we have for sale on our website. So reach out anytime.
Thanks, Cheryl. Any questions for Road and Trail? Just kind of a quick digression on the new Road and Trail membership that we introduced this year. Some of the clubs may want to look more closely at it. It provides members with the ability to get discounts at quite a few of our Trillium Running Series races. Cheryl's been working really closely with those races, and more of them are starting to add discounts for AO members to be able to run there. So it's a good opportunity. The Road and Trail membership is only $25. And so I know number of clubs will have a lot of the recreational memberships, which is $25.65, I think. So it's very similar to that. And I would encourage you to start looking at the Road and Trail memberships, as it's a opportunity to get discounts at many of our Trillium races. So have a look at that one. A couple of other things just to update very quickly on. Karen from the Toronto Track and Field Center wasn't able to join us today, but she sent me an update that she asked me to share with the folks. You'll recall at the last meeting we had, she gave an update on the repairs to the center. They've had another announcement that they're sending out, and essentially the city's looking at a phased approach to all the repairs that need to go on at the indoor Toronto Track and Field Center. Phase 1 is looking at 6 areas of deterioration that have been identified as needing emergency repairs. They have started getting quotes on getting those repairs done, and their plan is to have all of those repairs done before the end of 2022. So for anybody who's been up there recently training indoors, you'll notice that some of the areas are blocked off. I believe at the 60-meter starting line, and I think it's at the finish line, there's some areas that are blocked off for safety. Those areas will be completed before the end of 2022. So the great news is it will not affect any of our indoor championships starting in the new year, which is great. Phase 2, the city is looking at doing phase 2 repairs to the indoor facility when the outdoor season starts. So again, they're trying to limit the impact to the indoor training system, and they will look at doing those in the outdoor season. Phase 3, the city is looking at a complete replacement of the field house surface. That's a longer term project. They don't have any timelines for that at this point in time. They will obviously need to budget it within the city budget. I think we all know that next week there's municipal elections going on, so there'll be a new city council going in after next week. And obviously they'll be working towards a new budget once that happens. So I think stay tuned for that. And Karen is committed to keeping us up to date on progress of what's going on there. Any questions on TTFC? Okay, wonderful. Cross country in full swing. We had our second AO prep meet or prep competition this past weekend at Sunnybrook Park. I think it went really, really well. The weather gods were really cooperative with us. We had some beautiful sunshine, no rain, and it was a spectacular fall day. I've never seen the course so dry up there. And so it was a great time had by all. We will be having the third and final prep cross country race at Sunnybrook on October 30th. The distances will be looking at a 6K and an 8K, as well as the regular 1K and 2K events going on. I can't remember, there might be a 3K. So that's on the 30th of October at Sunnybrook Park. November 13th, that's a Sunday, will be the provincial championships, the AO championships in Kingston. The information is on the website. Tracky page has been opened up, so registrations are now open. I'd encourage any of the clubs, if you haven't started looking into hotels, if you're looking, make sure you start right away. There is a hockey tournament going on that weekend in Kingston. So I've heard that it's really hard already to find hotel rooms in Kingston. So you might need to look at some of the outlying cities and drive in. I'm not sure exactly how bad it is, but I've heard it's not only hard to find rooms, but they're very expensive. Saturday, November 26th is the AC National Cross Country Championships in Ottawa at Mooney's Bay. I believe the information is on the website, AC website. So have a look at that. And again, I believe I should have mentioned in Kingston, they're going to be opening up the course Saturday at noon. So anybody that wants to run around the course or walk the course, see what it's like, they can go there on Saturday after 12 noon, and they'll be able to get on the course, see what it's like. In Ottawa, I believe they'll be opening it up on Friday. Don't have the details of that yet, but I know they usually open it up the day before, so people can walk the course, run the course, etc., with the races happening on the Saturday. A few other events that will be, yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Brian.
Regarding National Cross Country in Ottawa, last year they had a community race for kids that were, adults and kids that were in the U14 category because they couldn't race in the U18 category.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering if anybody's heard about a community race again, because we have a number of athletes that want to sort of travel with the team and they're all part of the same training group and training schedule. So
yeah, I will check into that, Brian, and we'll update. My guess is they probably will. I think it was fairly successful last year, and it's the same group running it. So I would be surprised if they didn't do it, but I will double check. Okay. Any other questions on cross country? Okay, a couple of other events, non-competition coming up. November 19th is our officials AGM. I believe, Brian, do you have any information? I think it's going to be in person and on Zoom.
Yes, it will be in Brampton. We've rented a facility there, and its facility is open at 8, and we'll probably start the meeting 9:30 at the latest, and we have till 2 p.m. Great facility. It's a community center. That information is already available. We have a newsletter also that Lynn is trying to get out through Anthony. We have a trackie that is going to be used to sign up for the meeting because it will be in person and online. Wi-Fi is available there, and we expect to have 1 or 2 clinics for our officials at the same on the same day. So anyone has any questions, go ahead.
Great. Thank you, Brian. The next day, November 20th, will be the AO annual AGM, which will be totally on Zoom. It'll be the same format as last year. There'll be more information coming out by the end of October. Keep your eyes open for it. We'll update again on that as we keep going along. But pencil that in your calendars. Traditionally, we have an education session, normally around 11 or 12 starting, and then AGM usually starting around between 2 and 3 and going for about an hour and a half or so. So if you keep that in your calendar, please. And then the last event is the annual awards gala on December 6th and 7th, which again will be a Zoom format similar to the awards gala that we did last year. And so stay tuned for more information on that. Bala, you've got a question. Bala, you got to take yourself off mute.
Yeah, can you please confirm the AGM date? You mentioned it's November 28th. I believe it's on the 27th.
No, the AGM is November 20th.
Oh, 20th. Okay, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. The 27th would be the day after Nationals.
Okay, thank you.
Ain't happening. I'll be driving back.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Lastly, Anthony wanted me to share a few some grant deadlines that are coming up. So let me just see if I can put this in the chat. Hang on a sec. I'm not as proficient. There we go. So the new Horizons for Senior grant, that's deadline of November 1st, coming up quickly. So again, that's the one that's for seniors. So if you've got any kind of master's type programs, should be applying for those. And then the Spotlight grant is more around women in sport. So have a look at those ones. And I'm just looking at my notes. I think that's about it. Brian, you've got a question.
Yeah, for the most of the summer, I haven't been able to be on these town halls. I was wondering, are you going to be putting up the recordings of the town halls on the website so that I could pick something to listen to?
Yeah, they should be up there. If they're not up there, I'll find out where they are and I'll send you a note. Okay. We typically are putting them up for about 4 weeks and then removing them because there's just so many of them. So I'll go back and find out where they are, Brian.
Oh, the last one that's up there is May the 11th.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any other questions? Bella, is that hand from previous or you got another question?
It's from previous, sorry.
No worries.
But however, I think all the AGMs are on the YouTube, I believe.
Sorry, the AGM?
Sorry, the town halls. They're available on the YouTube.
Okay, I'll find it and I'll let people know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then giving you guys almost 40 minutes back in your day. Thank you much. We will be back in 2 weeks. And in 2 weeks, Randolph will be back from his baby leave. So we'll look forward to welcoming Randolph back into our fold. Okay. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you.